So the thing I see is welcome to the sand zone. So some of the trough is plugged up there.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. So, previous video, we split the day up into two sections just because of length and I guess the content side of it. And we had the turbo going bad. A bunch of people said, no, it's your head, it's this, it's your motor, you don't know what you're doing. Well, it's kind of odd that when we switch that turbo around and put the other one in that doesn't leak out the front, the turbine housing seal, no more oil wasn't coming out of the motor. Okay. I'm no expert, but that seems like it solved the problem. So, truck's actually running very well. I think we might have some degrees of timing as far as injection that we could play with to get it a little bit better. But once it cleaned out, once we got that turbo on, fixed that leak up in the top, I'd say we're almost to expert level. You know, we're not writing on other people's videos telling them how to do it wrongly, or that you have 33 years of experience. I don't know. I'm 33 next month, I guess. Well, in April. I guess I got 33 years of experience doing it. So, alrighty, let's dive into it. We got some trailer work to do, some tinkering around. Things are in a good spot. It's a rainy day. Great for a duck. We're going to be in the shop a little later on, but figured I'd give you guys an update on that. And yeah, slowly gaining on some projects. You go down the rabbit hole and you get that way, but let's dive into it.
So my plan was to go get hydraulic lines made for this. I do see that there's some drips underneath it. What is dripping? Hydraulic line made for this. We haven't had that off. That needs a hydraulic line. I might as well get in a good spot for the rest of the day and get both of these trucks, get everything that I need. So hydraulic line for that, hydraulic line for this, figure out what I need for batteries. The top's finishing off. And then tomorrow, well, we gotta go grocery shopping because you're out of dog food in the next 2 days. The calves need some more grain. I need groceries. And so on and so on. You know how it goes. Okay. Feel a lot better about our situation. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's the pump still right there. So what we got to do is take the two bolts out, put a new seal around it, gasket maker, slide it back together. Everything else looks pretty good. We got to hose everything down as we see all the old oil. Oh, we need that piece. So I'm sure we're going to come across a few more things as we go. What I'm going to do right now, we got new spotter mirrors to go up top so we can see higher up, mainly for when you have a dump trailer on here. That truck actually needs one too, but I don't know why I didn't buy three. You know, wasn't thinking. Half inch. So, gorgeous day. We're just going to keep going. Tomorrow's supposed to be an even better day. So if we can get to a good spot where, and the brackets are already on those. So they had the mirrors at some point. Somebody took them off. So we don't need that bracket. I did take out the Vevor heat gun and checked each cylinder, made sure everything was the same, and everything looked identical. So I'm hoping that's the case. The exhaust pipe's already got some buildup on it. Welcome to just a normal day in the farm truck. These already had these brackets here. So I didn't do as much as I'd like it to do, but as you can see the boom more for when it sits down. Down here you can't really see the boom at all. With that one. You can see the boom. That one, I don't think we need that one because you can't see nothing. So that I might put that on the silage truck because it doesn't really make much sense going down like this to see what's going on out there. Because then, yeah, I don't know. I got to do some thinking. That definitely will help with the returning the boom back when we're in the truck. So this can get worked on in the shop without lights. I'm gonna finish up sanding some of this. It's amazing how long that's been on there. Well, buffing it. So I took off that and the front logos. That way we can polish it right up. As we know, we got all that polished and that looks, it is so nice. This is all just caked on, and even though I washed and tried to scrub some, didn't work out. Well, the hood itself is pretty well beat up in a lot of spots, but we did get a bunch of it cleaned up. The top is just, who knows when the last time it ever got any love. Keep in mind this hood isn't that great. We might have to do some body work to it to make it great because it does clean up pretty well. I was trying to get away with minimal microfibers because I'm running out of them. And well, this is what we did. And then we start, well, it still looks halfway decent. The top of the hood looks okay. I just don't have enough to, I'm cleaning that up at the moment. I sprayed it down. So we're learning. Doing a lot of learning. Yeah. Get that cleaned up some, and then we'll have to grab some microfibers tomorrow. Rags just don't cut it. Trying to get everything cleaned right up. It's been a long time since this thing's had a good bath, and it needs it. So it's gonna look good all cleaned up. There we go. Now it's cleaning up. Taking off the badging was a good idea. Wow, there's so much grime built up on it. I just came in here to grab a rag. Oh, a few rags. And Yanko is up on. Were you enjoying it yourself? He was up here eating the milk bones. We've been working on having you be able to do a selfie, but hold on. What are we doing? Spin? Let's do a spin. Let's do another spin. Let's do 3 spins. Come on. Spin right around. There you go. That's a good one. So I guess we had to put him on the next shelf up because he had his head in that. I'm honestly amazed at how much that shows off. Wow. Alrighty. Well, we're not going to get everything because getting the fine-tuned stuff up there, we got to do that by hand at some point, but I'll keep moving along. Like getting down in here, we're going to rip the pads off and stuff like that, but overall, the truck's going to look a lot better rolling down the road with a little bit of shine to her. So let me, same with, yeah, we got to do some body work at some point if we're going to keep this hood on here. Let me do some more. Okay, we got some of it cleaned up. And as you see, our A is now moving. So when we go to Global next time, we'll get a new A because that one broke and the other one is broke off the other one. So, but cleaned up as much as I could. Things look a lot better. Didn't want to get too wild with it because it rips the pads up when you get around places like this. And honestly, if we just stick on the driver's side, we look pretty good. So got the back somewhat cleaned up. Better than it was. Not perfect, better than it was though. So this, well, we gotta take that line off so we can get one made tomorrow. Let me grab all the pads, get that cleaned up. What we're gonna do, it's supposed to get about mid-30s tonight, and then tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 60. So very cool for that. We are gonna take this line off, which means two there, that pops up. You gotta loosen everything, and then we're gonna put tape on everything. We re-taped the top one, And that made all the world in the difference. Now we just got to do the bottom so it doesn't leak. And we should be good as far as everything on the trailer, other than some lights on the back and running the pump. I saw somewhere the other day, I think it was yesterday, that either today or tomorrow or one of these days is the last day that the sun will set after 6 p.m. and it won't do that again till like December or something, November, I forget. But either way, I'm very excited. I hate the sun setting early. So let's see. We'll get these all figured out. So that is our return line. Well, the one we're messing with is going to be our return line. Got something in my eye. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take that off. Probably get a wrench. Get that out of the way. That way it's covered in oil. Probably grab a big wrench for that. So grab the right size ratcheting wrenches. Half inch. Wait, what? Was I right? They're metric. Are you kidding me? Why did I put metric on there? Oh no, they're not metric. I just didn't get on there. There we go. Alrighty, I was worried there for a sec. I was losing my mind. But they just built up with stuff. So I'll get a wrench. We'll take this line off, which is our return. It's literally just dripping right now, and we haven't run any pressure through it. This goes back to somebody told me to use the pipe dope, and it didn't seal anything. Yeah, it's got pipe dope. We already switched that one. That one's got a Teflon tape on it. I didn't have a wrench that one big enough, but I got a regular wrench. Oh, there we go. Everything wanted to move together. Pipe. Let's see. There we go. So it's all coming apart. Everything that we can take apart, we're taking apart, and we're taping. I hate hydraulic oil dripping on everything like that. I don't really know what I'm doing. I figured that was going to happen. Well, some extra lubrication. At least we don't have to grease anything back this way. Probably should get a bucket and throw that underneath, because everything's going to start coming down. Yep, blown hydraulic lines is part of it. I know last year I didn't have any blown hydraulic lines, but a lot of people did. That's coming out of the other end, which it is what it is. I've got to get up, loosen those ones. Those ones are going to be loosened. Okay, that U-bolt's out. I'll get something to stand on. Well, it's not out. It's out-ish. There we go. Okay. We got one up here, which I might be able to just reach. I don't know why I knew I should have done both of them last time we messed around with it. I forget where we were. We were at Blair's or... No, we were at Peck's. I was at Neil Peck's, drove up and fixed it at Welcome Stock. And I did one, and I said, oh, that other one's not leaking, I'm gonna leave it alone, and well, here we are. I'm sure somebody told me I should have done both. live and learn, and we've done a lot of that. Hopefully, once we get this off, I'm glad I did this out here instead of making a mess in the shop. Make a mess in the driveway. Okay, we'll leave that like that. Let's take this off, which will, yeah, it's coming off as, okay, one section. I think we can spin it right from there, but that's gonna drop oil right down on us once we get that out of there. Better remove some stuff here. I don't think I needed to loosen that clamp. I don't know. I don't remember if there's enough room with this 90 to spin it around or not. Okay. I guess it's not going to leak the way I thought it would. I'm pretty sure we're going to need both to get this off now. So we don't mess with anything down there. Yep, calves are looking good. Give them some water. Actually sat out there with them for a little bit. I love it. It does say that we're supposed to get 2 inches of snow, possibly. I think Thursday, which I don't think so. I hope not. Which way we go? Right? I think we're going the wrong way. I never remember. When you're doing it, not looking at it or not being able to turn the pipe. Maybe. Oh yeah, we went the right way. Oh, really? We were doing so good. I'll be glad. Leaking hydraulic oil, like the combine. We got that to work on this summer. I'm not in a rush. We're not months away from that. Half a year away, over. But leaking hydraulic oil or leaks in general, yeah, quick fix, throw some more in. Long-term stuff drives me nuts. Okay. Well, from there, so down here, we got this little outlet piece. We'll do the same thing. I'll go clean it up in the vise, put tape on both sides, and then slide it into there. Put the U-bolts. That will be done. Once this goes back in, come on. Put some of that back on so then it stays there. If anybody ever comes across a dry hill pump that's well, the tanker's total and it's dirt cheap, let me know. And when I mean dirt cheap, I think I've said this in previous videos. I know there's a lot of new people I built both tankers for 13K. That includes like everything. Absolutely everything. Turnkey, ready to rock and roll, 13K. So the kits alone are what, 9 to 15 depending on what, 9 to 15,000 depending on what you're doing. So, and oh, I can't get my fingers in there. I gotta get up there. And a new or built trailer now is anywhere from, let's see, 70K to 120. So that is part of why manure does well for me, because I don't have nearly anything invested, but it was a lot of wrenching. I guess I didn't count any of my time. But if you're, in my eyes, that's the only way to make it farming. Either you farm a ton of land and you're just flipping equipment. Here goes the nut. Got another nut right here. Or you think outside the box. So I know plenty of people want to talk about my financials on this, and I do share way more than most people do, but people still wonder. It's the fact I think outside the box with a lot of this stuff. And I can't do anything with these gloves on right now. I can't feel where it is. I can't see it. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now it's starting. I'm fine sharing some of that. I know it's not really. It's business. But I gotta pay attention a little bit. But at the end of the day, where'd the other one go before I lose that one? We'll find it. Found it. But at the end of the day, we're all on the boat together here. At least everybody farming. So, but yeah, if you can wrench on stuff, that's the biggest battle. That's why, yeah, if I ever wanted to go milking cows, putting a robot in, yeah, it's a big upfront cost, but I can pretty much do everything. I can do everything. So, I'm not milking cows, so don't get your hopes up. I got Norman, Michael, and Damascus, and they'll have some friends here. Put a little piece of rubber underneath there. I'm hoping that holds it a little bit better. Less vibration. Yeah. Well, it's hose that I actually put underneath it, but it's cool having like stuff in stock to actually go like grab a part from. Gotta get that box trailer emptied so I know exactly what I got left to mess with. Come on. There we go. We got it hooked before it fell off. Perfect. Reading the comments, and everybody pointed out that this is loose, and well, it's actually just worn out. I could use some bushings. Well, at the end of the day, the cab still, this truck rides way better than any other truck that I drove of the same thing, so I don't know. Yeah, add it to the list. I don't know. GoPro battery died, of course. So we're good here. Honestly, what we should do is hook everything up, run the pump. That way we can really see where this is leaking out of. I think it's just the feed line and it's slow leak. I should see how much fluid's in there. Pull the truck in, fix the power steering pump leak, and then figure out the air line leak. because then we can back the truck out, take the airline leak off. This can come off because we don't need to actually run it. And then that can go in and get the front pulled. I'm dreaming on some of that. I don't think we're gonna make it that far. Not exactly sure. Is it spinning? No. We're not engaged. There we go. I had to pull it a little bit more. Yep. Not spinning very fast. We're only in second. As we know, we got to switch that PTO to field spread, and that is going to have to happen. Well, it's moving. I guess I should probably open that up and see how much solids is there before we get too far. I didn't even think about that. It's been a quick minute since we've opened this up, but shouldn't be too bad. We do got the pipe. We got the pipe still. Andrew Walton, still got your pipe. And you said this is a must if you're gonna work with these. I guess we make sure that's good before we get too far along in our life and then forget about it. And yeah, Andrew Walton's the one I bought this pump from. That was a Hainsworth pump. That was a Jeffries pump, which Jeffries is Pod Squad. And Jack, and I forget Jack's brother's name. Somebody's gonna tell me down below. Jack went to school with me in my grade, and his brother was a few years behind me. We took a few classes, a few ag business classes together. But yeah, name dropping some Western New York, big deal people. Well, I don't have a good angle for you guys, and it's getting darker, but there you guys go. Ooh. Gonna need a pry bar. It hasn't been open in a long time. I forget if I got new seal or not. Well, yeah, we got some solids in there. So the thing I see is welcome to the sand zone. So some of the trough is plugged up there. I haven't been in the tank. You can look down and see it, and it cleaned out really well. Granted, we came back and we literally parked it. I'm gonna make a mess right here, but I don't have enough water capacity, like a big garden hose or something like that. But that is sand. So it's just sitting down in the trough. I should pop the lids and see what it looks like now that it's dried out. But if I get this tube done up, honestly, it's because we parked and never cleaned anything out, so everything dried. So I'll get it pulled out. Then we'll jump up on top, flip a door open, and see what it looks like. We got that one door in the middle, and we got the fill port. Okay, we got just a little bit left in there. That's what we were able to pull out. We'll climb up top. I really don't know what this looks like. Kind of dreading it. Got the truck running just because. The more it runs, the more times we can see any issues. So, up here we got our, well, first off, we got our fill port. Yeah, just a little bit of sand. A little bit of debris, some leaves. That stuff will clean right out. And then, I always forget. Oh, we got a little bit of buildup. Nothing too crazy. I think that it's honestly frozen water still in it. So you got to take your big one off there, but that will all clean out pretty easy. I always forget how this goes. Step on that, yep. Close that. We got our little bobber. We got to do something different. I'm thinking they had aluminum canisters welded that raise up so you can tell when it's getting close to full, but honestly, a little inch or so and this stuff will clean right out. I did leave this port in here so that if we could get to a, ow, I got something in my finger and it hurts a lot, some piece of metal or something. So if we did get some way of pumping a bunch of water in, we could flush the tank from the front backwards. I doubt I'm gonna be, oh, there's some manure. Yeah, I can't see nothing. I can frickin' feel it. It's right there. Still there. I need tweezers, not a... Alright, I gotta go get this out of my finger, whatever it is. I went in the house and I couldn't find it, and it doesn't hurt. I don't know. Alrighty, let's do work lights. I gotta get switched for that. So PTO should be on. Here's fourth gear. Give you guys an idea. So could spread in fifth. That looks good. That should pump well. We gotta grease the zerks on the swivel and the pivot. But otherwise, got that sand out first time we film it with manure. Slosh around, get the rest of it out. No, we'll just get it put back away. We're gonna need the light on this side so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Actually, probably should just take this off and... Oh, never mind. Give me a minute. I gotta... We're gonna never seize all of these, so they come apart really nice and easy. Let's see. We got, there's one. So they all actually went pretty smooth once we were out. I'm gonna make sure the seal lines up too. There we go. It should line up pretty well. Okay, this went back together a lot better than I thought. I don't know if you guys see anything of what's going on here, but is this the best setup? No. Did this work? Yeah, it works. It works very good, actually. I ended up switching the housings from the side. We got to see if we can get some more. So now we got our blinkers where they actually are. And they got proper bulbs in it, which makes everything flash correctly. So they're non-LEDs, but I got LED ones coming. So the white ones are aggressive, but we got to get some more yellow covers. So that will be, I guess, a tomorrow thing. Well, hopefully somebody can get us covers for these. Or we got to switch out. Should be easy enough to get covers. Alrighty, losing motivation. Been messing around with stuff, talking to people. Yeah. Those reverse lights are actually pretty nice. Well, Yeah, we need some more field lights, but that's what we got for right now. This is how we go down a rabbit hole, right, Inko? So I wanted that line out. I wanted to fix that other thing. It's almost 8 o'clock. I know you haven't had dinner. You ate almost 2 slices of pizza though. Every time I come in here, what are you looking for? There's nothing up there. Oh, the pizza's in the trash. You can smell it. You can smell the pizza in the trash. It's just the crust, bud. You don't need it anymore. So, I found the directions of wiring that neutral safety switch because I need that. My hands are getting really cold. What is the temperature out? When you're used to it being like 40 and it goes to 30, it gets pretty cold. But I do see 60 tomorrow, and there's a lot of glare. I'm sorry about that. 50 was a high today. Currently it's 30, so that's why I feel so cold. So, I believe the batteries on the other side they have a drain. I can kill them, and they still drop down 13 into 12, and so on. Over here, I'm trying to figure it out and grab this wrench. I don't know how well the sound will be, but alrighty, everything is wired correctly. Voltage, we got 14.1, so that's the positive going into this battery over here. Right here is 14.1, and then you go to the negative. Why do we have 2 volts on the negative side? So I don't know if the battery's bad and it's going across itself, but we gotta take this one off, and I'm gonna move this out of the way. That is the power of a Power Pro. It is living. So I'm gonna take that negative off and see if we still have that coming across. Which we should not have that in this parallel switch, which would lead back to the batteries are bad. And the other side battery is bad, so like I said, these batteries probably don't owe us anything, so we'll get 4 new batteries tomorrow. Okay, so that is out of the way. Let me throw that negative back on. Alright. So we got 4.1, we got, or I mean 14.1, of course that's a ground. That is our ground, which is actually a switch going across to, I don't know what Yanko's looking at. We have nothing there. There's voltage going across these batteries. So, batteries are bad, that's why it's not keeping charge. Okay. So, I'm at the point where, yeah, you guys got a great angle. I'm done for the day. It's cold. Didn't get nearly anything done that I needed. We got covers off, and as you see, they're very bright. Yeah. But we got some stuff done. Actually, the motor and the timing on that and the oil, that was nerve-wracking to me. Oh, I left that light on, but when you shut this switch off, it's good to go. There we go. Okay, let me get all my stuff so we don't look as homeless sitting out here. That outside light's gonna be nice, especially at like 11 o'clock at night when we get home from doing stuff this summer. And then we can work on some stuff, fix stuff in the driveway. Making a mess of the bench already. Okay. We're gonna make more progress tomorrow. The Mac motor is running a lot better, which is really good. I was nervous. That looks a lot better. We got a line on that to do. And then see what else leaks. And then line on this, see what else leaks. And some lights. What else do we gotta do? That's pretty much it. Well, batteries. Then this will be ready to rock and roll. We could pull the dump trailer out too, see what we're doing. But alrighty, getting these done is a
priority. And then we're going to work on the planter and stuff like that. So we're 2 months from doing any of the crop work stuff. It's the end of February. Maybe the end of April we'll get into some fields. Ground's got to dry out and everything else like that. I know there's some people that are going to say, oh, beginning of April. I used to push back in the day. I remember doing tillage and trying to get corn planted middle of April, and the weather's just, yeah. 1st of March, probably where it's going to be. March, April, no, 1st of May. Wow. Remembering Mike. Alrighty, are we there? We're there. I'm going to go make some dinner, do some things, probably laundry, probably figure out some other stuff, make a list. Use both hands. Nope, I got it. And tomorrow we'll have a better day. I did not get anywhere near done what I needed to. But that's the nature of it. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good one.